Listening test instructions. The listening test is about 50 minutes. There are 6 parts in listening test. You will have about 6 minutes to listen to each passage and answer the questions. The passage will be played once.
Hey, you look concerned. What's on your mind?
The final exam. I'm not fully prepared yet.
Well, don't worry too much. You still have 3 days.
Yeah, but 3 days will fly past in a wink.
Well, you still have time to cram things in your brain anyway.
Question 1. Why is the man looked worried?
You will hear a conversation in 3 sections. You will hear each section only once. After each section, you will hear 2 or 3 questions. You will hear the questions only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hello, I've been facing a challenge in my business recently, and I'm hoping you can help me out.
Of course, I'd be happy to assist. What seems to be the issue?
Well, I've been struggling to increase customer retention. Our churn rate has been steadily rising, and it's affecting our bottom line.
I see. Let's start by analyzing why customers might be leaving. Have you collected feedback from churned customers?
Yes, we have, and it seems that many are citing a lack of engagement with our product and poor customer support as reasons for leaving.
That's valuable insight. To address this, you could consider enhancing your onboarding process and providing proactive customer support. Additionally, have you explored implementing a loyalty program to incentivize repeat business?
We haven't explored that yet. How about marketing strategies? Should we focus on acquiring new customers instead?
It's essential to strike a balance between customer acquisition and retention. We can discuss marketing strategies to attract the right audience while concurrently improving your customer retention efforts. Let's work on a holistic plan to address these challenges together.
That sounds like a solid plan. I appreciate your guidance.
What is the main challenge the entrepreneur is facing in their business? What is the key advice given by the business consultant to the entrepreneur? Which aspect is not mentioned as a reason for customers leaving in the conversation?
You will hear the second section of the conversation shortly.
I'm glad to help. In addition to refining your onboarding process and customer support, let's also consider leveraging data analytics to gain deeper insights into customer behavior. This can help personalize your offerings and communication to better engage your existing customers.
That's a great idea. What about scalability? I'm concerned that as we grow, these issues will become even more challenging.
Scaling is a valid concern. We can create a growth plan that includes strategies for scaling your operations and ensuring that your customer retention efforts are adaptable to your expanding customer base. This might involve investing in technology solutions and optimizing your team's workflows.
Excellent. I'm looking forward to working on these solutions with you. How soon can we get started?
Let's schedule a follow-up meeting this week to delve deeper into your specific business needs and start crafting a tailored plan. We'll work together to overcome these challenges and set your business on a path to sustainable growth.
Sounds like a plan. Thank you for your expertise. I'm feeling more confident already.
What is entrepreneurs' primary concern regarding the business's future? What does business consultant recommend to address the concern about scalability? What impact can leveraging data analytics have on the business?
You will hear the third section of the conversation shortly.
I'm excited to embark on this journey with you. Before our next meeting, please gather any relevant data and information on your current processes and customer feedback. This will help us hit the ground running and make our discussions more productive.
Will do. I'll ensure we have all the necessary information ready. Thanks again for your support, and I'm looking forward to making positive changes in my business.
It's my pleasure, and I believe together we can address your challenges effectively. Remember, problem solving is an ongoing process, and I'm here to provide continuous support and guidance as your business evolves. Feel free to reach out if you have any questions or concerns in the meantime.
I appreciate that, and I'm eager to get started. Let's take our business to new heights.
Absolutely, let's do it. I'll be in touch soon to schedule our next meeting. Until then, take care and stay focused on your goals.
What impact can leveraging data analytics have on the business? When will business consultant get in touch with entrepreneur again?
You will hear a conversation followed by 5 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Hey Noah, how's your day going?
Not too bad, Lily. Just got back from a walk with Max, and he had a blast at the park. How about you?
Oh, the usual routine with Bella. She's been a bit mischievous today, though.
Mischievous? What did Bella do this time?
Well, I caught her trying to dig a hole in the backyard again. It's like she's on a mission to reach the center of the earth.
Bella's determination is impressive. Max usually just chases his tail in circles when he's feeling playful.
That sounds adorable. Speaking of Max, have you managed to teach him any new tricks lately?
Yeah, we've been working on sit and stay. He's getting better, but sometimes he gets too excited and forgets all his training.
Bella's the same way. I've been trying to get her to stop jumping on people when they come over, but she's such a bundle of energy.
Well, that's what makes them so lovable, right?
Absolutely. Pets bring so much joy into our lives. Have you thought about getting another one?
Not yet, but I've been considering it. Max could use a furry friend to play with.
That would be adorable. Maybe Bella and Max could have play dates.
That's a great idea. They'd have a blast together.
Well, let's plan that soon. In the meantime, I'll keep an eye on Bella's digging escapades.
And I'll keep working on Max's obedience. Thanks for the chat, Lily. It's always fun talking about our furry companions.
You're welcome, Noah. Anytime. Our pets bring us closer after all. What is the central theme of this conversation? What do Noah and Lily both express about their pets? What does Lily want to teach Bella to stop doing when people come over? Why does Noah consider getting another pet? How does Noah describe Max's reaction when he's feeling playful?
You will hear a conversation followed by 6 questions. Listen to each question. You will hear the question only once. Choose the best answer to each question.
Good afternoon, Principal Smith. I wanted to discuss school safety today as it's been on my mind lately.
Good afternoon, Mr. Johnson. Of course, I understand that safety is a top priority for all parents. What specific concerns do you have?
Well, I've heard about recent incidents at other schools, and it's made me worry about our own. Are there any new safety measures in place here?
I completely understand your concerns, Mr. Johnson. Rest assured, we take safety very seriously. We've implemented several measures to ensure the well-being of our students. First, we have updated our security system with surveillance cameras and secured entrances to monitor who enters and exits the school premises.
That's reassuring. What about emergency preparedness?
We conduct regular drills, including fire, earthquake, and lockdown drills, to ensure our students and staff are well prepared for any situation. We also have a comprehensive emergency response plan in place.
That's good to hear. What about bullying and harassment? How is that addressed?
Bullying and harassment are not tolerated here. We have a dedicated team of counselors who work closely with students to address any concerns. We also have an anonymous reporting system to encourage students to report any incidents they witness or experience.
That's comforting to know. And what about the mental health of our students?
Mental health is a top priority as well. We have a counseling program that provides support to students who may be struggling emotionally or socially. Our teachers and staff are also trained to recognize signs of distress and can refer students to appropriate resources.
Thank you for addressing my concerns, Principal Smith. It's reassuring to know that the school is taking these steps to ensure the safety and well-being of our children.
You're welcome, Mr. Johnson. Please know that we are committed to providing a safe and nurturing environment for all concerns or questions. Please don't hesitate to reach out. Your child's safety is our utmost priority.
What is the principal's response to Mr. Johnson's concerns about school safety? What new security measures have been implemented at the school? How does the school ensure emergency preparedness? What is the school's approach to addressing students' mental health? How does the school encourage students to report safety concerns or incidents? What should parents do if they have further concerns or questions, according to Principal Smith?
You will hear a news item once. It is about 1.5 minutes long. Then 5 questions will appear. Choose the best way to complete each statement from the drop-down menu.
In the ever-evolving landscape of education, the realm of remote learning has witnessed a wave of innovative transformations. As the world adapts to the changing dynamics of education, educational institutions, teachers and technology experts are embracing groundbreaking approaches to make remote learning more engaging and effective for students of all ages. One of the standout innovations is the integration of augmented reality and virtual reality technologies into online classrooms. These immersive experiences provide students with a hands-on, interactive learning environment, transcending the limitations of traditional remote learning. Students can explore historical sites, dissect virtual specimens, or engage in real-time simulations, significantly enhancing their understanding of complex subjects. Another remarkable innovation is the increased use of artificial intelligence, AI, to personalize the learning experience. AI algorithms analyze students' performance and tailor content to their specific needs, ensuring that no one gets left behind. These intelligent systems provide instant feedback and suggest additional resources for struggling students while challenging high achievers with advanced material. Furthermore, gamification has gained momentum, making learning fun and engaging. Gamified platforms and apps introduce competition, rewards, and interactive challenges, motivating students to actively participate in their education. This approach not only fosters a sense of achievement, but also promotes better retention of knowledge. Educators and students alike are embracing these innovations, which are revolutionizing remote learning and opening doors to new, exciting possibilities for the future of education.
You will listen to a 2 minutes video. Then 8 questions appear. Choose the best way to answer each question.
Federal investigators are now looking into whether legendary singer Prince died of a drug overdose.
New information indicates Prince's team reached out to an addiction specialist the day before he died. Sally McDonald is in our newsroom with more on that.
Melissa and Tom, we now know federal investigators who are experts in prescription drug abuse are involved in this investigation. Prince's people had also contacted Dr. Howard Kornfeld, a nationally known addiction specialist in California, the day before he died. They told the doctor Prince was dealing with a grave medical emergency. The doctor couldn't fly out right away, so he sent his son Andrew, who works at their addiction clinic, to explain how the treatment would work. When Andrew arrived at the estate the next morning, he, along with 2 staff members, discovered Prince dead. According to police, Andrew Kornfeld was carrying a small amount of medicine that's sometimes given to patients with addiction issues. Prince's death is exposing the continuing problem of prescription drug abuse and raising the question of whether he received appropriate care. Here to talk about that is Dr. Michael Sprintz of the Sprint Center for Pain and Dependency. Good morning to you.
Good morning. How are you, Sam?
I'm doing well, thank you. So if a patient is having what was described as a grave medical emergency and he reaches out to an addiction specialist, what's the responsibility of that addiction doctor?
Well, initially the job of the addiction doctor is try to assess what's going on with the patient and what's happening. In this situation, the addiction doctor, it wasn't a face-to-face meeting, he was in another state, and so he was a little bit limited in being able to really understand the extent of the situation. In any medical emergency, it's always important that that the person goes to either the emergency room or get some immediate assistance, call 911 in a medical emergency. And I think at the point when they were having the phone conversations, obviously it was clear that he was having problems, Prince was having problems and was looking for support. And I don't know exactly what the nature of the conversation was, but I think at that point it's about the assessment to determine it and then put together a treatment plan.
Right. Let's talk about the treatment options out there. What are the options available for people to manage their pain, not just the opioids?
Well, yeah, the fundamental issue, there's a lot of options out there, and it's important that people realize that there's a lot of ways to treat pain in ways that don't necessarily increase the risk for addiction or not. The other important part to remember is that opioids are opioids. In an appropriate situation and patients with appropriate medical need for them, they're great medicines. The problem really is understanding addiction, and sometimes patients can have both chronic pain and addiction or dependency problems. So really being able to tease out those parts is really the vital aspect.
Right. Are you worried that whenever there's a story like this that comes up in the news and there is backlash toward prescription drugs, that it could cause people who do have legitimate medical needs to not seek help?
Yeah, and it goes on both places. People with legitimate medical needs are seeking help. They're trying. The problem that we're experiencing right now is that there's a concern among doctors about prescribing, and so I think it's really important to educate both physicians and the public about the issue of addiction and dependency as well. It's not just eliminating opioids won't solve the problem, okay? And so it's really important that we understand the fundamental problem, which is identifying and managing addiction, but it's important that patients get good pain care.
Yeah, and finally, what do you think is the big takeaway here from what we're seeing with this Prince death investigation? What should the public take away from this?
Well, I would say what the public should take away from it is the importance of getting help soon. When there's someone that we love who has a problem, oftentimes with addiction, we're in denial, and with someone like Prince, it's really hard because everyone is surrounding him. He's a celebrity, and so it's very hard to get help.
He was protecting his privacy, is what a lot of people believe, and that's maybe why he didn't reach out and call 911.
He was protecting a lot of things. And so for the public, the best thing that I could suggest is that if there's someone that you know who does have a problem, talk with them early, try and get them help. There's a lot of ways to get help that your life isn't over. Your life, there's this amazing thing about dealing with addiction, and life gets better, but in the middle of addiction, you don't know it.
Right. All right, Dr. Michael Sprintz, we're still waiting on autopsy results to come out. Those should take a couple more weeks. From the Sprint Center for Pain and Dependency, we're going to send it back to you, Tom and Melissa.
It's such a powerful opportunity to use this as a cautionary tale for others who may be having the same experience.
Anytime something like this happens, I think it's so important for us to learn from it, and it was good information Sally was able to bring us.
You will hear a report once. It is about 3 minutes long. Then 6 questions will appear. Choose the best way to answer each question from the drop-down menu.
Access to clean water remains a critical challenge in sub-Saharan Africa, where millions of people continue to grapple with the devastating consequences of water scarcity and contamination. Despite some progress in recent years, a substantial portion of the population still lacks reliable access to safe and clean drinking water sources. This crisis is exacerbated by a combination of factors, including rapid population growth, inadequate infrastructure, and the impacts of climate change. Rural communities are disproportionately affected, with women and children often bearing the burden of walking long distances to fetch water from unsafe sources, such as contaminated rivers or shallow wells, which poses serious health risks. Waterborne diseases like cholera, dysentery, and typhoid remain prevalent due to these unsanitary conditions, causing widespread suffering and, in some cases, even death. Additionally, the lack of access to clean water hinders economic development and perpetuates a cycle of poverty as individuals, particularly women and girls, spend a significant portion of their time fetching water instead of pursuing education or income-generating activities. Addressing this crisis requires a multifaceted approach, encompassing investments in water infrastructure, education on sanitation and hygiene, and the development of sustainable water management practices. International organizations, governments, and local communities must collaborate to ensure that every individual in sub-Saharan Africa can exercise their fundamental right to clean water, thereby improving health, promoting economic growth, and fostering overall well-being across the region.